How's it going, everybody? Spec Auto is back with a really special video today. Today's video is extremely special for two for one special, guys. So the first thing, this car has reached 250,000 miles earlier this month. 250,000 miles. Second reason, we today just hit 1,000 subscribers. So that means this is a 1,000 subscriber special / 250,000 mile review special. More or less, this is a special two-parter video in one. So as you can see, this beautiful car is clean despite the mileage and the pretty excessive amount of use this thing gets every day. So we're going to go over the numbers with you, recent repairs, recent things that I want to do, and recent things that I did. And then later on in the video, in the second part, for the 1,000 subscribers special, we're going to come back here, and at that point, we will be going through my automotive collection. Automotive literature, automotive emblems, car window stickers, pretty much everything. Little car gadgets, and like just everything that I have in my collection. So a big special thank you and shout out to everybody who subscribed to my channel, and a special shout out to my 1,000th subscriber, Alexander Kelly. Thank you so much for subscribing to this channel. I hope you enjoy the video content that I have to offer. But regardless, thank you for the 1,000 subscribed. It is freaking phenomenal. I never thought in a million years I would reach this amount of subscribers, let alone 100. Alright, so let's get on with the video. Let's go ahead and do this car review and let's get started. Alright guys, here she is. 2010 Honda Civic LX. 250,000 miles. It's kind of hard to tell from a distance, but when you get up close, you'll slowly start to see that 250,000 miles of wear and use. So a little quick background. This car is a 2010. I'm the third owner, and I've driven well over 60,000 miles. I've gotten this car in 2020 with 190,000 miles on it, and it now sits at 250K. So over 60,000 miles. As a matter of fact, this car is over 250,000 miles now. It's sitting at 251,000 miles. So let's show you guys some of the wear, so you guys can tell that kind of tell that the paint on the hood's not perfect. And sadly, a bad update, guys. Right here, it looks like I'm starting to get the notorious clear coat fade right here on my hood, but that's the only clear coat spot on my hood, or on the whole car, should I say. Yeah, these nice wheels, I just washed and shined the car yesterday. So hell yeah. I'm gonna come in here real quick and do a quick tour of the interior. So we got black interior swapped into my LX. This LX originally had gray interior, gray cloth, and also had like gray door panels, gray dash pieces, gray glove box, so on and so forth. But I've swapped a lot of different parts in. So I wanted to do something unique. Originally, it was just a straight LXS interior swap with the sport trim, the black seats with the white stitching. But then there was an SI that went into the junkyard near me one time, and I couldn't resist the opportunity. I wanted to add some flair and unique spice to it. So what I did was I took the SI door panels, SI center console lid, and come to the back here again with the SI door panels. And then, interesting fact, these side bolsters on both sides and the seat cushion are still from the LXS rear seat. The only difference is that the seat back, the 60/40, I added. So I added that and the hardware to it. So this is from an SI sedan, the seat back, and then these headrests are from an SI coupe. I just like the look of these a lot better than the 4-doors. With, they're just big and bulky, and the main thing is when you fold the seats down for utilitarian purposes, the original headrest would always run into the back of my seat, and I would always have to run up front, scoot the seat up, and then fold the seat down. Whereas this, the headrests are flat and flush with the seat, so they just fold right down. I don't even ever have to move my seat. But you can see hints of LX in here with the gray carpeting, the gray sides on the center console, the gray in the middle of the dash. But other than that, everything else in the interior is swapped to black, and then I love it. No regrets. And when I did the 60/40 seat swap video, I pointed out something that the reason behind what I did was pretty much calculated. Door panels have the red stitching, the seats from the LXS all have the white stitching, and then right here, the SI seat back was red stitching, white stitching, and red stitching again. It's the same way it coordinates with the front doors and the front seat, center console, front seat, and then the other door panel. So it's all through the car. So the red stitchings is like, whew, like that, and plus along the sides on the doors. I absolutely love that feature. It is beyond any coolness level that I've ever expected when I originally did the LXS interior swap. But let me get you guys started here. We're gonna see how she runs. All right, and then, all right, guys. So recently, well, before I get started, I'm going to show you guys. There's no fault lights on this at all. 251K. Runs and drives absolutely phenomenal. Just take this off and then put the seatbelt on. There's no lights in this dash whatsoever. So, check it out. No lights. Sad update about my cluster there. It was working perfect for a long time. I swapped this speedometer out of a 2011, and it was working perfect for a long time, and now this one's starting to glitch out too. Honestly, at this point, I just kind of gave up. Whenever it starts to get all glitchy, I just kind of smack the dash and it'll fix itself most of the time. Another thing I recently did, I installed a updated version of the touchscreen radio that I had since 2021. So this is not the same radio that I put in 2021. It looks the same, but it's not the same. The original radio still works. It just doesn't have Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. It was literally just a Bluetooth radio. And I wanted CarPlay. And my mom's 08 Civic, it was also featured on the channel. Her radio from the factory completely just shut down and stopped working for good. It died. So as an early Mother's Day gift, I gave her my old radio, and then I updated it to this one. But yeah, I'm obviously not connected to CarPlay right now because my phone's connected to my wireless mic. But I do have CarPlay, and I do have images of it in action, and I can put up on the screen. But yeah, so more stuff that I've recently done. I've gotten carbon fiber pieces put on in different places, like here and here. In a couple places outside. Got the JDM hazard switch. I got some decorative red stitching up on the dash. Sadly, the cheap double-sided tape messed up in some spots up here, so I'm gonna have to go back through and glue it back down for good. But yeah, I'm gonna put this beautiful picture back where it belongs. And I got this new mic wired through the dash and clipped right here with the new radio. So now I have, I can control Siri and things like that with this now, and I can do phone calls. And it's not just relying on this crappy little mic there like on my old radio where no one can ever hear anything. This mic, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'd give it a 9 currently. It's pretty good. It works good. And then you can see the condition of my seats are good. They're just a little dirty. They need cleaned. I love these LXS seats. If I ever get another 8th gen Civic as another daily driver again, I was thinking originally I want an LXS, but I might instead get an EX so I can get the sunroof and like the radio controls and stuff on the steering wheel, and then I can just swap in the LXS seats and stuff again like it did with this car. But let's show you guys around outside. And don't mind all the loud vehicles driving by. I live right next to a state highway, so I'm just gonna have to kind of get used to it. But yeah, here's my beautiful engine in action. This needs clean. I got a pressure washer sitting in the garage over there, so I'm thinking in the spring I can get some engine degreaser product and spray it all through here and then spray it out with the pressure washer. But yeah, this engine still runs beautifully. I've replaced several gaskets. VTEC spool valve gasket, valve cover gasket. I've replaced all that. I did, what's that freaking thing I did? I did a valve adjustment on it. All this in the last like 6 months to a year, and unfortunately this engine is still burning oil slowly. I just topped it off recently, but that's pretty much it. You don't really ever smell the oil burning unless you're like, I'm getting on the freeway or highway and I like hit the gas really hard. Only then, every once in a while, I will smell the oil burning in my car, but it's not bad. It's a slow burn. So something internal with the engine needs done. And you guys can see, sadly, this car being 13 years old, there's just damage all over the place. Back in like November, I was a witness to a freaking crazy car accident on the highway. I was on my way home from work, and this Nissan and a Ford Ranger just smacks into each other. A bunch of dirt, rocks, and shrapnel, and all, you name it, it flew. Came flying in our direction. I was literally 2 lanes away from where it happened, and it caused these paint marks. It's caused, let's see, what else did it do? I discovered later that it caused damage to my wheel. That really pissed me off because I paid decent money for this, like $600 for the whole set plus the tires. But yeah, it's not bad. Then I got this JDM trunk and spoiler put on last year. Really shitty paint job. So especially the spoiler is suffering big time. I'm gonna get it repainted or wrapped at some point. But that's pretty much it. My exhaust tip is holding up pretty good. I try to clean it every time the car gets washed. The tail lights are holding up good. Running lights are holding up good. LED third brake light is holding up perfect. I recently just put on these window louvers on both sides, so it's freaking badass. I also recently put brand new window belt molding trims all on 4 doors. That was actually my last video, so you guys probably already know, but whatever. So window louvers, belt trims, and door handles. I did the JDM hybrid mirror conversion, so now I have turn signals in my side mirrors, plus the carbon fiber horn covers. Freaking awesome. Yeah, this is so cool. This is by far the best car I've ever had. I've driven 60,000 miles on it. It has a $250,000 on it now. I am nowhere near done. I really just want to keep this car until it dies. especially with the car market right now being ridiculous, but that's a whole nother topic I don't feel like talking about. But yeah, this whole car is held up really, really well. It still feels like I'm driving a relatively new car despite the mileage and wear in places. Headliner is still in good shape. There is, unfortunately now, 2 tiny sagging spots in the headliner under where the visors sit. So now this is sagging a little bit, and I think right here started sagging a little bit too. So that's unfortunate, but I mean, it seems like it hasn't gotten any worse, like literally at all in the past forever. Got all my car records in there. Literally this whole bag with all these papers. That's every service record and repair record in this car since I bought it in 2020. But yeah, I got this Acura CSX thing here. I got that put in. So many upgrades that I put in here and that you guys can see. I'm like, wow, this is not a regular Honda Civic. I absolutely love it. All right, guys, let's go on our test drive and see how it goes. It's gonna go good. Shh. All right, guys, let's go on our test drive real quick. I'm gonna see how well this thing runs and drives for being at 250,000 miles and not having a single check engine light or fault light at all. I live out in East Bumfuck, so I trust my tripod's not going to get stolen. Alright. Which way do I want to go? Well, the school bus is going to come this way. Maybe I'll turn left. Alright, yep, we're going to go left. Alright, let's go. Well, now I'm going to have to tell you guys, she will need some work. She's an older car, 13 years old, ass ton of miles. It still rides smooth, believe it or not. It still rides as smooth as a newer car, but not brand new like it was when I first bought it. So that's the downer. But yeah, it's crazy. I've been told on and off that this thing needs new shocks and struts at some point, but they've never failed yet, and it still rides somewhat okay, so I guess I'm just not going to replace them right now. Some maintenance things that do need caught up. I need to do transmission service again. I haven't done it since I bought the car. I need to do brake fluid. I need to do antifreeze coolant. I need to do a flush and refill on that. Yeah, because I don't like letting the car go super long time without proper fluid changes. Honestly, a bad confession I have to make in terms of fluid neglect. The most neglected fluid in this car is the power steering fluid. I've never changed out the power steering fluid in this vehicle since I've had it in the last 3 years, and the fluid was already looking somewhat dark at that time too, so it's pretty rough. So I'm probably gonna have to do that at some point. Otherwise, I'm gonna experience power steering failure at some point. I just recently did the cabin air filter in here. Like I said earlier, I topped off the oil because my oil is burning. What else? I didn't really do a whole lot with maintenance recently, but I do get my oil changed at Honda whenever the oil life goes down. So right now it's at 40%. So I still got a little bit ways to go before I take it back to Honda. And if for any reason my oil completely burns up again before the oil change, I have another quart of Walmart oil at my house, so it's okay. No big deal. Yeah, it rides really nice. little did I know this speedometer thing on my radio actually works. I didn't know that. For a while, it was just sitting at a solid 0, so I'm kind of shocked. But yeah, this thing is such an amazing little car. So the car deserves every bit of maintenance and care that this thing gets, and much more. And I say much more because I'm not rich, and I don't have the money to do a full restoration on this vehicle, you know, new paint and all new mechanical parts and everything else. But if I did, I would be more than happy to do that and run this thing to 1,000,000 miles, like, for sure. Yes, if I was rich, I would also have other Hondas and Acuras and maybe even a fucking exotic car somewhere in my lot, but this would always be the trusted mileage collector. And I still stand to this day about the R18 being a very, very solid engine. Like I always say, as long as you have the post-2008 ones, so like 2009 through 2011, your R18 should be good. And I say should be because there were still like occasional rare cases where their R18s would get the engine block cracks and stuff. So, and believe it or not, at 251,000 miles, all the drivetrain, transmission, engine, it's all original. So yeah, that's impressive. So I must have gotten one of the good ones. So I'm proud of this car. I really wish, I super duper wish there was a way that I could find the original owner of this car when they bought it brand new, and, you know, set up a meeting with them and go over the car and let them see their old new car again, see what kind of life it's living now, see all the upgrades and updates it's gotten compared to when they bought it. I would be so cool. I would even let them drive it. Be like, you know, just for old time's sake. But yeah, I'm starting to ramble. This thing runs very, very well. All the maintenance items I've talked about, like all the fluids I wanted to catch up. Another big repair that I want to do at some point is fixing my air conditioning system. Yes, you heard me right. Last year, when I did my 2-year ownership review, my air conditioning was still working perfectly. And then, not long after I filmed and published that video, the AC compressor began making strange clicking sounds. It also started leaking fluid out of where the clutch in the compressor is. So I thought that was really suspicious. And then it just stopped blowing cold. And then I went under the hood, I checked it, and the compressor just doesn't work anymore. I tried to add more refrigerant to it. The refrigerant stays held at the healthy level, so I am not losing any coolant or refrigerant at all. This car has never lost the refrigerant for the air conditioning. It's just the clutch and the compressor completely failed. So that really sucks. And I try to do all the inexpensive things first to try to bring it back to life, like the Freon I just talked about. Another thing I tried to do was replace the relay, the air conditioning relay for it. So I still have the brand new relay in the car today. I never bothered to take it out because, well, if that was a future failure, I just saved myself maintenance that I had to do there. So I guess at this point I'm just going to have to replace the AC compressor and clutch, which really sucks. But I did hear a lot of times that the AC compressor is a very common failure point in these vehicles. So I was really hoping I was one of the lucky ones in that department too, but you see how that works. I would love to do a 0 to 60 for you guys, but I'm like, literally everywhere is like this right now. There's just too many cars. It's rush hour. So I guess it's just a casual drive and talk about the car. But expect the 0 to 60s to be the same as the 1 year and 2 year reviews, because that's never changed. The engine doesn't feel tired compared to how it felt in previous annual reviews. So that's it. This car is an awesome, beautiful car, and I got all those things I want to get updated with maintenance this spring and summer. I want to get that air conditioning fixed again so I'm not sweltering in this car, because let me tell you guys, black on black in the summertime without air conditioning is absolutely the worst. 0 out of 10, don't recommend. I would recommend immediately getting your AC fixed as soon as possible. Alright guys, I'm going to head back to the house now, and then we'll go to the second part of the special. I'm going to show off all of my collection. I hope you guys enjoy. Please don't forget to leave a like, share the video with your friends and family, so on and so forth. Hit the subscribe button and hit the bell icon. I got that out of the way a little earlier than usual. Alright, see you guys on the other clip. Alright guys, so as you can see here, this is the last and fun part of this video. Forgive me if I stumble a little bit, I got some hiccups going on. But anyway, this is the last part of my video, and it's showing off my collection. And if you think this is all that's there for my collection, you are wrong. Because not only do I have a decent sized box on this side of me, but I also have a big box just beneath that little box. And this is just some of the stuff I want to show you. So basically what's on this table right now, you're seeing my emblem collection for different makes and models of over the years I've been collecting the logos. And if you guys have seen my collection before, you guys might have noticed that my collection has expanded quite a bit in the last 4 years. Yeah, I try to keep track of which ones I don't have and which ones I like highly desire. Kind of like this one right here, but I'll tell you all about it when we take a nice tour. But yeah, I got emblems, I got owner's manuals, I got even DVDs, and a Jaguar hood ornament. So, oh, and obviously much more in this box. Alright guys, let's take you guys around and see some familiar and some new additions to my collection. Alright guys, here it is. My collection of emblems so far, and then my other things in the box there. So we're going to start on the table. So here's all my emblems. I got Chrysler, Ford, that's a Volkswagen Jetta Wolfsburg Edition logo. And you'll see a bunch of familiar logos, including some in gold. We got a Celica GTS logo, an old 80s Nissan Maxima logo. I got some 300 Chrysler logos there. Limited edition Sentra. Just kind of keep you guys going here. Ford Thunderbird, Ford Police Interceptor, 32 valve North Star. You got a Chevy Malibu logo. This one right here is special. This one is a center cap off of a first gen Honda Civic. I got this from the junkyard. I thought it'd be really cool to keep as memorabilia. It was all covered in this like nasty black like spray paint or plastic dip stuff. Oh shit, sorry. Anyway, I took some paint thinner and things and took it all off, so now it exposes this nice silver and red. And the red's actually original to the center cap, so that's nice. I'm glad that it survived as well as it did. I'm going to keep going. There's this one I pointed out earlier. This one's a Porsche logo. That's just the rubber surround that goes with it. But this is actually a metal badge. It even has made in Germany on it and everything. I was so excited when I ran into a Porsche at the junkyard. I immediately knew I needed this. Look how beautiful this badge is. And it's metal. Yep, so that was really, really exciting to get. That's still one of my favorites. This is the center of a steering wheel off of a Fiat 500. There's a Nissan logo that came with the Maxima. And this one is Eagle. I'm not bothering naming a lot of them because a lot of them are pretty obvious, but we got Mazda, and then we have 1990s Mazda logo. This was before Mazda went from this logo to that. A couple Dodge logos, Mitsubishi. This is the most recent emblem I got. It was off of a 2006 Ford Focus ST. This one is one of my other favorites, and this is a PT Cruiser Dream Cruiser Series 1 badges. So this big badge was on the back of the car, and then this one was on the dash inside of the car. This was a Dream Series 1, and it was VIN number 14. So this was like within the first 15 Dream Cruisers ever made. We got Infiniti. We got Oldsmobile. This is a Jaguar logo. It's off of a wheel center cap. Mitsubishi Uzi Rally Racing Edition. Firebird logo. This was off the center of a early 1990s Honda Accord, I think. It was a Honda Accord. Cavalier Z24, Jaguar S-Type, Saturn, Suzuki, Chevy Malibu Max. This is the Chevy Cobalt Sport logo, and this is off of a Audi Quattro. This would have been sitting in the front grille of it. That's why it's kind of funky with this plastic thing behind it. We got Oldsmobile again. This was the old logo before they changed it to that. And here's that Jaguar hood ornament. This thing is really, really cool. I still get excited. You guys would be surprised on how heavy this hood ornament is. It's really quality, really quality for sure. And here's the Jeep logo I just dropped my thing onto. And then now we're starting to get into the books and DVDs. So here's a quick overlook of all the logos. And now to the books. I've done videos on some of these books before, like the Cadillac Catera. I've done a video on this book showing you all the inside of it. I also did a video of this Saturn owner's book. This was from 1993. This one's newer. I don't remember if I did a video on this one. I don't think I did, but this is a 2006 Ultima handbook kit. And this Nissan DVD was actually still sealed in the plastic, brand new. I unfortunately opened it because I was too curious. I wanted to watch the DVD, but you could see all the Nissan vehicles at the time. But I did watch the DVD. It's pretty cool. 1990 Ford Econoline van. This is a really old owner's guide. Like, even the pages are crusty. And then we got this BMW 3 Series DVD. It's a guide to features and operation. This was from a 2002 model. The CD has a 2001 date on it, so I guess this was made in 2001. But don't fret, guys, that's not all of the owner's manuals and stuff yet. I got plenty more to go. So let's go ahead and get you guys back on the tripod, and then we'll open up and see what's in these two boxes. Alright guys, so now this is going to be the part where I show you all of the newer stuff and things that I haven't really filmed before. There's one piece of tech in here that I did make a video on, but I'll explain as we go. But we're going to start by opening the smaller box here. So we're going to start with the obvious one, and it's a little less exciting. It's just a Haynes model book for a Honda Civic and Honda CR-V. So I got this book for free from my girlfriend's parents. They didn't need it anymore, so they were nice enough to give it to me. So thank you guys for that. And then next This is a newer one I haven't made a video on. It's a 2014 Dodge Charger user guide. It's pretty cool. It shows you how to like use the radio, steering controls, and all the different tech. It explains different the different engines and stuff in it. So like it has like pictures of like the V6 and the V8 and things like that. So I thought it was really cool. So I got that. And then this is the one that I made a video on before. It's the Jeep owner's manual for the 2005 Jeep Liberty that I used to own. Has the Liberty on it, and even has some old maintenance work and things like that in the booklet. Some warranty guides and things like that, just basic. And then of course, in the Jeep Liberty booklet, I like to show this off. These are like probably one of my favorite things to collect. And it's the window stickers. This was the original window sticker that was in my Jeep Liberty. And it tells you all the features and everything it had. The, oh shit, I was holding it upside down. It shows you the gas mileage and things that it was rated at. This was really, really cool. I was so excited. When I owned this Jeep Liberty, I had no idea that all this stuff was just sitting in the little slot where the manual was supposed to be. And even the previous owner before me, which was my stepdad, he didn't even know that it existed in there either. So I just kind of took it and kept it. And for those wondering where the Jeep Liberty went, because I see it's a popular video of mine, the Jeep Liberty, I sold that to my nephew for I don't know, $800 or $900, something like that. I sold it to him real cheap because he needed something at the time, and I was wanting to help him out because he's family. So I sold it to him, and unfortunately it met a major mechanical failure, and it sat abandoned in an RV's parking lot for like 6 months, and it just kind of randomly disappeared. I don't know what happened to it after that. My guess is that he probably sold it to someone else, or he scrapped it. So, sorry for that sad update about it, if anybody that likes the Liberty. Next, I have my, I have a whole Scion handbook for a, I think this was a 2010 Scion XB. Even the little zipper has the Scion logo on it, and I thought that was really, really cool. But yeah, it has, the 2010 owner's manual. It even has some old oil stickers in there from, let's see what the dates are. March 26, 2012 at 27,195 miles at Valvoline Monroe Muffler. This one was a Pennzoil. The date is unknown. It says 064 at 87,736 miles. And then this one is from Coughlin Auto Group in London, Ohio, dated November 17th, 2011. So it's 2011. And this is probably the oldest oil sticker that's in there. At 22,297 miles. So that was really cool to discover in there. Unfortunately, the Scion XB didn't come with a window sticker either. That's okay, because I still got this really cool booklet and some of the old maintenance history that was associated with the car. So I was really cool about that. I've been wanting to expand my collection to some Scion models like the XB and TC and even some other models. Alright, so before we get any further, let me show you guys some of my window sticker collection. So this is not counting the Jeep one I just showed you. These are just all the other ones that I have currently. Let's see. This one. This one was from a 2002 Honda Accord SE 4-door. This one's not in the best of shape, and it never was from the time I had it. It was pretty much like this when I found it at the junkyard, but it was still cool to find. You can barely make out the VIN number on this, but it's really cool. Shows the gas mileage and everything like any other window sticker. I will tell you that, let's see, it was manufactured in Marysville, Ohio, so it was made here in Ohio, and then it went to Chicago. Looks like it went to a Honda dealer in Chicago at the time, and it ended up back in Ohio at the junkyard. So it's kind of bittersweet thinking about how it died in the place it was born. This one, you're gonna see a lot of Hondas. This one's from a 2006 Honda Civic 4-door EX. So here's the 2006 Civic EX window sticker. You can feel free to pause and read the features if you like, just like you can with any of these other window stickers. So it's pretty cool. This particular car, the original price for it was $19,610, and it sold for MSRP. Actually, I lied. It has a $550 destination and handling fee, but it's pretty much retail price. This particular Civic was assembled in East Liberty, Ohio. Engine from the U.S., transmissions from Japan, and then it went to Larry Simmons Honda in Parkersburg, West Virginia. And just like the 02 Accord, this Civic was born and died where it was from. Pretty interesting. I always find it interesting that a lot of these vehicles that I find these for were manufactured here in Ohio, went to some other state for its life, and then it came back to die here. I don't know. There's just something really interesting about that. This one is an older one. This one is from a 1999 Plymouth Voyager. So as you can see, it's decently aged. So here's some of the features with it. And let's see. This one was delivered to Reichert, Chrysler, Plymouth, Jeep, and Eagle at the time. I'm sure it's just Chrysler, Dodge, and Jeep now, but it's still Reichert. It still exists. I know that because I drive by there like almost every day. It was built in Ontario, Canada, and it just spent its whole life in Ohio, it seems, and met its fate here. I did have a window sticker for a 2011 Hyundai Sonata, but unfortunately, I don't know where that window sticker is. I haven't seen it in a couple of years, so sadly, that one's probably no longer with us. But I did have footage of it when I found it at the junkyard during one of my junkyard walk-around videos. But can't do anything about that now. But this is the last window sticker that I have in my collection currently. This one is from again, another 8th gen Civic. You're seeing a pattern here. A 2010 Civic LXS 4-door sedan. And it includes the special LXS features that the regular LX didn't have, like the leather-wrapped steering wheel or the sport-trimmed black seats with silver stitching. It also had a spoiler in the back. It had the old 06 through 08 Honda Civic EX wheels, and it also had a chrome exhaust tip. So it had those additional features for a couple more $1,000s than the basic LX model. But this particular LXS was a atomic blue metal color, so it's like that light blue. The interior was, of course, black because it was an LXS. Let's see. It went to Buffalo, Chicago, and then it came to Ohio to Roush Honda, and it was built in, where is it? Oh, Alliston, Ontario, Canada. And then, of course, the engine is made in the USA. Actually, these 1.8 liter engines were built in the US, so they were built in Ohio. There's a Honda engine plant that builds a lot of the engines for the Hondas, so that's pretty cool. So that is all for my window sticker collection. Now the last part of my show and tell, essentially. I've made a video on this before. It's just a gauge cluster. It came out of a 2009 Ford Focus. I like to hook up my power to it once in a while and fiddle around with it, and let the lights light up and let it make sounds and things like that, just for something to do. I haven't messed with it in a long time though. This one, so this is a ticket light out of a 2013 Dodge Charger Pursuit police car. So this is a light that I made a YouTube short on forever ago. It has the red light for, so cops can have the privacy while they write citations or whatever, and then it has a regular white light. You just flip the switch side to side for whatever mode. Middle is off. Not much to it, so it's okay. Then, these two right here, these two ginormous things, these are the, what are these called? Oh, these are the audible warning boxes that came out of the 1980s Nissans. They would have like the voice that would tell you that your seatbelt is off or your lights are on. It's really, really cool. If I could somehow find a clip and put it in here, I'll put a clip of it in action.
Left door is open. Lights are on. Right door is open. Parking brake is on. Fuel level is low. Right door is open.
But anyway, this is like the digital version that just like plugs in and makes noise through the speakers. And then this one right here, this is the older version. So if you take this off, you'll see a little tiny like record looking thing in there and a little phonograph. Oops, I better put this back together before it falls apart on me. But yeah, the little phonograph would automatically put the needle on a certain spot, and it would play the designated recording of what it was going to tell you about, like which warning it was going to say to you. So that was really cool. I really, really, really want to get this and this working one of these days. So if anybody watching this knows how to wire these Nissan audible warning bitching Betty devices, that's what some people call it. Some people call it, dubbed it the nickname Bitching Betty. I don't know why, but if anybody knows how to operate these and hook them up so you can put power to them, please comment below and contact me. I would like to for sure learn how these things work. I would be super excited to learn how they work and make a video on it. And then for the final part of this video, we're going to go ahead and show you guys real quick. Hold on. There we go. We're going to show you guys everything that's in here. These are all of my different door buzzers that I've gotten out of various models over time. So these are like the little buzzers when the door opens. They sound like a swarm of bees, or like this one just sounds like a digital beep. And then we got several of these little Hyundai bell chimes in here. I've made a couple of videos on the Hyundai bell chimes. So these two boxes here, these are GMs. This is a Dodge. This is a Dodge. That's a Ford, and the rest are Hyundais. And then this one, this is a clock out of a Chrysler van. So it's really cool. I want to get the other end of the wire harness so I can connect power to it and make it go. And then of course this came out of a scrapped vehicle. It's just a odometer out of an old car. It's been since long been crushed, so this vehicle doesn't exist anymore, but I thought it would be cool to keep it and play with it. So these are all of my little gadgets and buzzers and warning chimes. And then we got all of my manuals, all of my bigger devices like the Nissan warning audible thing, and the gauge cluster and things like that. But yeah, that's quite the collection. It's, as you can tell, it really expanded in the last 4 years. But yeah, guys, that's gonna wrap the video up for today. I really hope you guys enjoyed the video today, and I hope you guys enjoyed the sharing and the bonus updated car review drive of the Civic. I thought it would really be fun to do for a 1,000 sub special. I mean, you're not going to see me ramping Ferraris and things like that. I'm not rich like that, so I'm just going to do what any other normal person with a 9-to-5 job like myself would do, and make it kind of special, you know, as much as I can. But yeah, if you haven't already, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon to get notified of each upload, and of course, like, share, and yeah. Thank you guys so much for the 1,000 subs again. It is freaking awesome to finally be at 1,000 subs and counting. Man, I appreciate every single one of you. I said this when I got my 50 sub special, my 100 sub special, 500, now 1,000. I'm going to say it again. Every last 1,000 and, well, as of right now, it's 1,002 subscribers. Thank you all for subscribing to my channel and watching my videos. Alright, until next time, see you later.